What's going on, people, and welcome to Mando's Football. You are here with Guni, and it's not straight after the thumping of Juventus 4-0 at Stamford Bridge last night in the Champions League. And I've got a very good reason for that. I'm absolutely hungover right now. Last night we were drinking a little bit, and it doesn't really take much for me to get drunk, to tell you the truth. Like, I literally had maybe 3, maybe even 4 drinks. After the third, I know I was mash up, but I know I didn't go beyond 4 because it don't take much for Guni to get mash up. So big up the lightweight gang, because I know there's quite a few of you like me that's out there, you get me? But onto the content, man. But before I get into that, make sure you do like, share, subscribe, leave your thoughts down there in the comments as well. You lot have been consistent with that, and I really appreciate that. There's really good perspectives down there. And as a matter of fact, in the preview, somebody actually said, I think it was more than one person that said we was going to beat Juventus 4-0. But there was definitely one dude that said it with chest, because he said it twice. Nah, 4-0. I'm not having it. So big up yourself. Whoever that was, I know you said it with chest. Your prediction was bang on. My prediction was 2-0. And boy, I was in for a surprise. I did not see that coming. So to those of you that did, big up yourselves in it, because I know I like to pat myself on the back when I get my predictions right. So you definitely deserve one as well. But let's talk about the game. Chelsea versus Juventus, and what a game it was. It was a completely different showing to what we saw earlier in the season against Turin, but we kind of already knew that because we addressed that issue in the preview, where I did say that we were heavily stifled with the wing backs that we had available for that game. We had Azpilicueta on one side and we had Marcos Alonso on the other side. Not that they're bad defenders at all, but when it comes to getting up and down that field and cutting on the inside, they ain't really got the legs to do it the way Ben Chilwell and Rhys James have. And again, we saw today from minute 1, while wing backs, we pinned back theirs, they couldn't get out of their own half. Chelsea were just camping out in the Juventus half and just attack. It was beautiful to see. Eventually, we got the breakthrough. Trevor Chalobah, oh my goodness me. Trevor Chalobah, it was lovely for him to start with the opening goal. A lovely, well-taken goal as well. Juve thought there was a bit of controversy. They tried to pull it back for the handball, but you could see Rudiger clearly had his arms inside and they weren't in an unnatural position. So the goal stood. 1-0 Chelsea, and it was going to be a good night from there on out. Obviously, I got to say this, Chalobah did get man of the match. What a performance. He did deserve the man of the match as well, but we have to say this about him. His first breakout season, he's so young. He doesn't even look like he doesn't have that much experience in the Prem. He looks like he's been playing for like the past 5 years consistently. His consistency has been insane, and to get a goal against a team like Juventus, I know they're not really in the best form, but still, they are a big team. They are no mugs, and we had to work hard for that goal. So big up Trevor Chalobah and big up his form. There was quite a few candidates that could have got man of the match, but I'm not going to be too upset with Trevor getting it, because I do also feel like his name was definitely in for a shout of man of the match. So well done, Chalobah. His defensive partner, Thiago Silva, as well. We had to mention that. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd done a preview before this. I thought I was finished, but when I went through it, I realised I didn't mention Thiago Silva. And because of that, I had to put respect on my man's name and do the whole thing again. Because Thiago Silva, last-ditch clearance, overhead kick, just gets it out. Just goes to show the quality of this man. Is there a defender out there better than Thiago Silva? Is there? Let me know down there in the comments if you think there is, because to me, I know I keep switching between Rudiger and Thiago Silva, but honestly, I think I'm going to stick to my guns on this one and say Thiago Silva is that guy. He has been crucial to our defence, because one thing I've got to say, look, I don't think it's been a coincidence since Thiago Silva has come in that we have also been this defensively solid. Obviously, big up the manager Thomas Tuchel, who was an absolute beast today, got the tactics 100% right, but I think Thiago Silva is also key to Thomas Tuchel's tactics, because since he's come in, he's shored up that defence. You already know, you look at our defensive record, I don't think that's a coincidence at all. I think Thiago Silva has helped coach our centre-backs become better centre-backs and our wing-backs to get better. That is no accident. This guy is a model professional. He seems to be like a football genius, and he's a man that's very disciplined. He takes care of his body just as well as Cristiano Ronaldo does. We have to remember that. He's a man that wants to win. He's 37 years old, going on 38. We're on about offering him a new contract, and I say if he can play when he's 40, we keep him until he's 40. That's how good the man is. Big up Thiago Silva. So listen, I had to do that. So this is why the preview was kind of late, aside from me being all drunk and mash up yesterday. But yeah, man, Big up Thiago Silva. Our wing backs again, fantastic, man. It's like I said, that was key to us with that performance that we had, and to have the quality. Listen, Chelsea, we're very spoiled in our wing-back choices, because if you see how good they are on the ball and how good they are tracking back, going infield and timing their runs, they are absolutely exceptional. Exceptional. And we're going to start with Ben Chilwell. Unfortunately, Chilwell looks like he got a serious injury. When he went down, I could tell by the pain on his face it had to be some kind of ligament damage, maybe even a ligament tear or something like that. But I'm just getting early news now off social media, nothing special. I'm not in the know, that Chilwell is likely to be out until 2022. If that news is true, that is devastating. Because he's a big part to how we play. Marcus Alonso, I mean, he can come in and do a job, but we already know he is quite limited in some of the things because of his pace, you understand. That's what does kind of let him down, but hopefully that doesn't affect us too much going forward this season. But I hope Ben Chilwell can recover sooner rather than later, man. We're going to miss him. We're definitely going to miss him. As for his partner on that right-hand side, Mr. Rhys James, one of the best academy products that I've seen come out of Chelsea, especially in recent years, for a very long time. I'm a big fan of Rhys James, and game after game we're seeing him progress, we're seeing him get better, we're seeing that development just get, you know what I mean, he's getting to where we thought he's going to reach. Rhys James today, he was absolutely terrorizing that right-hand side. Alexandro Rabiot, they couldn't handle him. Rabiot was not handling the inside runs. Alexandro wasn't handling him when he was out wide. Rhys James was getting him behind, and obviously we know Rhys James, being the goal threat that he is, in the second half, on the 55th minute, Rhys James with an absolutely world-class finish that any striker would be proud of. A very difficult finish. The angle that he managed to keep it down and find the far post, beat Chesney this time, and there it is. It's 2-0. And like Rhys James, I've got to say this about him. All round, show me a wing back that's better than him, because he seems to be able to do everything. His defending seems to be improving week after week as well. Going forward, he's improving week after week. He's got the flair of a Brazilian, the confidence of a Brazilian. He's beating players like wingers, you get me? And then on top of that, he's finishing goals like a top-class striker, man. So he's got the full package, and definitely he can get to the top. And we saw that today with Rhys James, man. The second half in particular definitely improved. We saw a lot more of those inside runs into the midfield from Rhys James. Ziyech occupying out that wide side, which why we saw, in my opinion, why we saw a much better performance from Ziyech in the second half. The other man on the other side, though, Callum HudsonOdoi, has to be said. We've got to talk about Callum as well, because from the minute go, Callum was on it. Callum was absolutely terrorizing Cuadrado. He didn't know when to make the tackle. He couldn't keep up with the pace. Callum was just showing a lot of strength. Like, literally, he was just puppying the man off. He was treating him like a little puppy. Just showed him, get over there. Big man, you know. He's just treating him like that. Getting past him, just causing havoc down that left-hand side, man. Callum really is proving why Tuchel was right to be patient with him, why Chelsea were right to be patient with him and not to sell him to Bayern Munich, because he's really coming into that form that we thought that he was going to become. The playmaking from Callum Hudson-Odoi, that movement, that partnership with Christian Pulisic and all the other attackers, it makes a difference. His directness, his ability to just get in between the lines and break the lines, man, and just cause havoc in the box as well. He was duly rewarded in the second half. 58th minute, not long after Rhys James had scored, boom. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, who did replace N'Golo Kante in the first half. The injury didn't look too serious. Kante was able to walk off on his own. Hopefully it's just a precaution for the weekend against Manchester United, and we will see him back in the lineup, because Kante is going to be integral to any bit of success that Chelsea are going to get this season. So I hope he's not out for too long. But Loftus-Cheek, he did come in, and it was just like we never missed N'Golo. Loftus-Cheek was winning his tackles. He was strong in his midfield like we expect. He was impossible to knock him off the ball. He was making those driving runs. He provided that assist for Callum Hudson-Odoi, and you've got to say Ruben, His close control, his ability to manipulate space in tight areas is amazing. It's fantastic, and we saw that again. We saw that again yesterday with the assist from Callum HudsonOdoi. He beat them players, got his head up, slotted in Callum. Boom! Callum got his deserved goal. Listen, Cobham, Cobham, yeah, but I call it Cobham, is elite right now. It's elite right now. Yeah, so this is why if we're going forward and into the transfer market, you don't really see us doing crazy ass business like the rest of the clubs and spending stupid money, but we're using that academy. I don't think we're going to complain too much. We're not going to complain because these boys look magnificent, and it just looks like with the manager that we've got that right chemistry. He knows when to use them. He knows when to integrate them into the squad. He knows how to get the best out of these players. It takes some time with young players, but for that consistency to come, but you're starting to see it now. Callum's starting to get consistent. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, after that Achilles injury, I know he's not a young player, but he had a seriously bad injury and he's coming back into the squad and he's starting to look like his old self. Don't underestimate how serious an Achilles injury is. That's one of the worst injuries you can have with football. And it's the same situation with Callum HudsonOdoi as well. The man had an Achilles injury and now look, he's back playing the football that I thought it was going to be a very difficult task for him to get back and compete at this level, but look, he looks like he's doing it and he's improving week after week after week. It was just a magnificent performance all round. Juventus, again, it's like I said, there's not really much to it. There weren't much attacking coming from them. Chiesa wasn't able to do anything. All he was able to do was to track back and to just double mark with Cuadrado, Callum HudsonOdoi. He was not getting out. He was not getting out of his half. He was barely making out and making those runs that we saw him make over in Turin, those diagonal runs. Even if he did, they were being stifled out by either Ben Chilwell, Kante, or one of our defenders. It was just an all-round magnificent performance from Chelsea Football Club. Tactical masterclass. We really showed Allegri how football's supposed to be played. To be honest with you, that was an absolute schooling. I did not expect that scoreline. And then obviously, before I forget, the fourth goal came from Timo Werner, assisted again from Hakim Ziyech actually. And I think we're starting to see, it's like I said, look, the first half he was playing a lot more narrow. And I don't like seeing Ziyech come so narrow in like play into the field, like inside with the midfield. You get me? He needs to stay out wide and occupy that space and let the wing backs cut inside, because they work better in that space when they cut in. Ziyech operates better out there on the wings. You can see when he's got that freedom and he's able to just one-on-one a man and just try and make things happen. He looks more comfortable in that position. So big up Ziyech. He did get his assist. When Timo scored as well, listen, I was the only one in the football factory that didn't celebrate. I said, listen, it's Timo Werner. Let's make sure it's onside, because he's the most unlucky guy in the Premier League when it comes to goals being disallowed. Then we got the confirmation. 4-0, 95th minute, Timo Werner, big up Timo, with a goal on his return against Juventus as well. An emphatic victory, and this is definitely a statement win. Another clean sheet. And I'm so happy we got that clean sheet. You know how clean sheets make Guni feel. I got my clean sheet fixed again against Juventus, this time in the Champions League. Before this, obviously we were second in the group. We needed to win by at least 2 goals against Juve to top the table, and we smashed them by 4. We definitely look like we can bring this trophy back home to the bridge. We might even do the league again. Can we? Do you believe that Chelsea could do the double in the form that we're in? Let me know down there in the comments, because we are looking unstoppable right now. Is there a team out there that scares you? Right? The only team what makes me look and say, you know what, we got to be careful, seriously careful, is Bayern Munich. But outside of that, listen, that just goes to show, look, if Man City played us again, yeah, on that form that we was on, we would have done the same to them. I'm saying that with chest. I reckon we would have decimated them completely. So, look, it's good times for Chelsea fans going forward. Excellent result against Juve, top of the group, you get me? But listen, I'm not going to go on much longer. Sorry that the preview was, the post-match was late, but it is here for you lot. I am seriously hungover. I'm struggling to do this. Trust me, this is the second take that I've done, but we've done it. You get me? Perseverance and consistency is key. You get me? So to everyone that's watching, whatever you're doing, wherever you are, please make sure that you are safe, and continue to please like, share, subscribe, and leave your thoughts down there in the comments. So on that note, bless.